What's up, everybody? This is Taryn Sleepy with TarynTheHype. This is episode number 14 of the TarynTheHype podcast. Moogle Madness.
Hi.
Well, thank you guys for coming to the show. I hope you guys enjoyed out there who are watching, all of our viewers out there. If you guys didn't know, this is the TarynTheHype podcast, which is where the number one podcast where you get to choose the review, whether it's hyped or unhyped for any media that you want to know about. I'm joined by my wonderful co-host, the Paladin playing Matthew Marquez.
Hey, Paladins are the best class. It's definitive.
It might be debatable.
No.
Yes.
Come on, you can tank, you can heal, you can DPS. You do it all.
But you can't necessarily do one really well. You just kind of...
Ooh.
Yeah, you do all of them, so obviously you do them all well enough.
And if you guys didn't know, this is Julene. She is the Moogle Madness of the show. Welcome to the show.
Hi, thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yeah. For all of you guys who didn't know, she is our first and number one Patreon subscriber. So we first and foremost want to thank you to the show and thank you for being a faithful fan.
Oh, absolutely. It's awesome. I enjoy.
We do too. Thank you.
I think sometimes we enjoy it more than our fans do. The fans that don't know about us,
well,
especially.
It could be worse. We could just be like not enjoying it and still putting it out for people who don't enjoy it.
That's true.
So it could be really bad.
If you guys want to see what that's like, watch episode number 1 of TarynTheHype podcast. We're going to jump off the show the same way we always do, guys. First off, what are you guys playing? What are you watching?
So I'm super slow on the hype train for any game, so I just started Undertale.
Oh, nice. How is
that? I absolutely love it and already kind of hate it because it's very much, it feels like it's supposed to be an RPG. It's like it's a puzzle and RPG clothing, a puzzle game and RPG clothing, at least from what I've played so far. And so I've gotten to a point where I thought I was doing well and then I realized I've been doing everything wrong, so I'm going to have to restart it.
So Undertale. So is that more like I'm not actually familiar with that. Is that 2D or 3D? Is it?
It's a 3D platforming game, right?
No, it's...
I'm thinking of something else.
Wow, we're looking great.
We're really good on this game.
Man, fantastic.
Good job.
It's an indie game that was released. It was the developer's first game that they put out. Looks similar to... Honestly, it looks like something similar to something that was made in like RPG Maker. Go through it. It kind of plays like an RPG. You get a character you're going through, and you have different puzzles and everything that you're completing throughout.
Mm-hmm.
It definitely follows you, though. I can say that there was a part in which I was like, this didn't go the way I wanted, so naturally I, closed the game and then went back into the game to redo the part, and it remembers everything.
Oh, so it continues the path that you choose.
Yeah, even if you try to restart it, it's like, no, we know what you did.
So. Don't you understand that I did that in the past, and I've learned through all my years of gaming that if I reset the console, I get to make another choice.
Yep. And it totally freaked me out because I had no idea that the game did that. So
I like this art style for this game. This game looks really cool.
Let me see real fast.
Yeah.
No.
Don't be a dick.
You're the screen.
Oh, yeah.
I still don't know what it is. I was thinking of the game Lucky's Tale.
Undertale.
I got Tales mixed up.
Undertale it sounds really familiar, but I haven't seen it yet.
If I'm correct, it didn't come out till about October-ish of last year.
Oh, okay.
A lot of the gamers I know have played it, and they really enjoyed it, and I got it as a Valentine's Day gift from a friend.
So what would you compare it to the most, like for the story-wise or for the gameplay?
It's real. I really don't know. It's really hard to compare because, like I said, it kind of feels like an old... I almost feel like I'm playing like a Game Boy RPG.
That'd be great for audio.
So I kind of feel like I'm playing like a Game Boy RPG, but it has so many puzzles, and I'm going through the whole thing feeling like I think I'm doing okay, but in the back of my head it's like, no, you're totally messing. You're messing something up. You're going to end up restarting the whole thing. And so I talked to my friend that bought it for me, and they're like, yeah, you're kind of messing the whole thing up. And I'm like,
when they watch you play, that's where you are? That's how you're doing.
And that's pretty much what happened. I was like, I've been playing it for a few hours. This is going great. And they're like, yeah, well, as long as you don't do this one thing bad, you're fine. And I'm like...
Screw you, this is my playthrough. These are my choices. You go into your own world.
And I was like, you can actually get past that part that way? And they're like, yeah. And I'm like, well, there goes all the game I played. I'm going to restart the whole thing.
Oh, you mean I could just have plugged in the power cord instead of crafting all this material that I went through gathering?
Yeah, kind of. But it's been a lot of fun playing that. And then I've gone back to playing Stardew Valley because that's like my addiction.
No, you probably focus on PC. You are primarily a PC player.
Primarily.
Have you played it all on PS4, Stardew Valley, or you don't want to open up that chestnut?
I haven't played at all on I haven't played it on PS4.
I was wondering what the translation was of if it was a good port or a bad port or not.
Honestly, I have a lot of the people that I know that played it right when it first came out, so they've only played the PC version of it. Okay. So I don't really know how it's translated over to PS4, but I haven't on the same side, I haven't heard anyone complain very loudly, and people typically complain pretty loudly if it's not going well. So
pretty much both games, if they're not going well, you can have to ask what game you're playing.
Yeah.
Because they're upset about both situations. Good to know. Matt, what have you been playing?
More of the same, really, from last week. Still playing Resident Evil 7. Almost done. Playing the entire thing in VR. It's been really very fun that way. I highly recommend it if you have the opportunity to play it that way.
And if you don't have the opportunity, check out the YouTube pages of TarynTheHype. You can see some Let's Plays.
You'll see some interesting videos for sure. Yeah, and then Leo licks my hand. That's good times.
Is he down here?
No.
Oh yeah,
In the
that
video.
was during. You had the VR
Way to
set
plug the
on
videos.
right in front of the TV, and you're like, I don't know what's on this corner. My dog comes up and like, you're like, what the fuck was that? Like,
So not cool.
Good
Still
times.
playing Overwatch, having a good time with that. I saw that the season is ending in like a couple days.
Mm-hmm.
So
So hard.
yeah, I don't
Our
know.
competitive play
It's not going to
turned
be
out really well.
not going to go well. Give it up and then try again for season 3, 4, whatever. But then I started playing the new PlayStation Plus game, Not a Hero, which is a 2D kind of a highly pixelated visuals.
So explain the premise of that game so people can understand what it's about.
All right, so
Elevator pitch.
you're basically running through buildings, collecting things, and killing people as quickly as you can, more or less. It kind of plays like more of a, instead of a top-down view, it's like a side-scroller of Hotline Miami, kind of, where you're just running through the building trying to
Just pretty much kill everybody and get out. Yeah.
get to the next person to kill them. You're sliding around, so you can move really fast. You're very nimble, crash through windows, break open doors and stuff. It's very small levels, so like you can play each level in by like 2 minutes or less.
Oh.
So it's like really fast gameplay, and then there's 3 different missions that you're supposed to complete within each level. And you don't have to do any of them. They're just like the optional stuff that increase
Yeah, they're
your...
like challenges for those
Yeah,
levels.
it's challenges for the levels.
And like the main guy who's like the mayor who's trying to be elected.
He's trying to be elected, yeah. So
And
Bunny
he's
Lord.
just kind of a dick, but he wants you to take out all the like the...
Yeah, he wants
the
you to
opponents
clean
of
up
the
the
door.
city by killing all the bad guys. And I'm pretty sure he is a bad guy, trying to like get you to wipe out everybody else. But I'm not 100% sure because I'm only like about a third of the way through the game so far.
Yeah,
But it's been pretty fun.
I played a few levels and I got like the first three characters you can unlock,
Yeah.
like to the girl. But like it's fun how like after you finish each level, he's just kind of like chilling out in the diner with that person he just finished the level. He's like, man, you did a good job. We probably should get another drink to celebrate. By the way, I just met Joe in the back alley over here who was like mopping the cement, but he's like a pretty nice guy. Why don't we go ahead and join him to our team? Like it's just like it's so like nonchalant but like really grungy, but it's funny.
The dialogue is really well written. He sets up every mission to tell you kind of like, oh, hey, you need to go steal all these cassette players because these guys are super bad and they're taking over the streets. So
Is
we're
it
gonna
the
go steal
Foot
their we're gonna go steal their boom boxes from them. Oh, and go ahead and blow up their building while you're at it. So, okay. So it's a cool game. I definitely recommend checking it out. It's free on PlayStation Plus this month, and
Nice.
it's good times.
Yeah, it's a fun game I've liked so far.
Yeah.
Awesome. Anything else that you've been playing or watching that you want to bring up or pass?
Yeah, that was the exciting
Okay.
stuff.
I've been playing For Honor, which I have a funny story about that. Hence why the cover is there. Took me a while to get that cover. And that's what I want to talk about, not the game itself. I love For Honor. The game's been really fun so far. Just like the hype I had about 2 weeks ago when we had our last show, I talked about my expectations of it and the impressions of the private beta. And it definitely has so far delivered on everything that I was wanting to continue on. During the open beta from the closed beta, they've definitely changed some mechanics, so it's cleaner, smoother for like transitions and emotions. But when it comes to the story, that was a lot of people were worrying about, is that if it's even going to have a decent story, if it's just going to be this multiplayer that's mindless and really have no point of playing anything else, it shouldn't be worth $60. I'll tell you what, that story is probably about an 8-hour campaign. And it's actually very entertaining. They follow kind of the same premise as Mortal Kombat did for 9 and 10, where you jump into the campaign, and you're playing some of the story as one character, then you play like 1 or 2 rounds, you go to the next character. And each level is like a scene, like you're in a castle and it's being attacked, and you have to go and fight small guys, big guys, and then at the end it does like a 1-on-1 battle or a 1-on-2 battle, which bounces back to the multiplayer, getting you ready for that. And there are characters and drives and passion, but it's just very well done, and I'm really enjoying it a lot.
Nice.
There's a whole lot of other things that unlocked from the betas that are now for the public for the full game, but definitely recommend picking it up. If anyone likes knights or Vikings or samurai, you will enjoy it.
So how is the story structured? So you're jumping around between the characters during the narrative.
Mm-hmm.
Do you get to pick which faction you start with? Does it just start you at the beginning faction and then it dumps you into other factions?
So you start with knights.
Okay.
You start with knights. You play, I think, each from beginning to end linear part for knights, Vikings, and samurai is about 6 or 7 levels.
Okay.
But each level can like take from 15 to 30 minutes. So not long, not crazy long. I said it's about a 7-hour game if you just breeze through it. But like I say, you'll start as one of the characters, which is like the basic balanced out guy, and then you'll play for him 1 or 2 levels, and then the next one you'll come up with the next guy, which is like the heavy hitter, and then they go through all the classes, and then you just continue on. And what's cool is you can actually unlock gear in story mode. They have challenges like how do you want to play this level on easy, medium, hard, and that increases your bonus for experience. And so, I mean,
nice.
It's not just like a gimmick that's been added on, and that's why I appreciate they actually spent time with the story to make it fun, balanced, and entertaining. So.
And it seems like it makes it worthwhile to go through the story as opposed to like Call of Duty and other stuff where it's like just go play the multiplayer because that's all anyone cares about.
I mean, you totally can, but I mean, the fact is that with this single player, like you definitely understand where they're coming from and why they're fighting more.
Yeah.
Secondly, like you kind of get a better understanding of each character because you're only playing computer, and also you really get the. It's fun. They did a good job honoring like those types of societies. Like if you're playing the knights, like they're all about like, no, we have to have our honor. No, we have to have respect. No, we have to have this, protect this castle. If you're playing the Vikings, they're like, no, let's burn these fucking buildings down. And, like they're like, you can actually set fire to other buildings when when you're trying to like pillage this land. And I haven't got to the samurai yet. That's where I'm about to. I'm on the last level with the Vikings, but it's very fun so far.
So last question.
Yeah.
So with the multiplayer being that you're kind of pitting faction against faction in the big map, are there ever any battles or fights where it's all 3 factions coming together to fight, or are they always just one in the other faction?
So far I haven't finished the story, but no, it's only one or 2 factions.
Oh, okay.
But they introduce like some special characters that aren't like they're classes of characters, but they have like special attributes that aren't like aren't playable or unlockable right away.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, what was I going to say about it? I like it a lot. I think I said that there's a few mechanics that they never introduced in the betas when it comes to the tutorial, which I'm like, wow, I didn't know you could do that. And so that just made all the action and all the gameplay even more intricate, more strategic, like, should I do this or this or this or this? And that's all within a split second of someone attacking me. So I'm like, it's fun to watch, but it's even more intense to play. So
cool. Nice.
Yeah. Unless you want to be a dick and play 2-on-2 and just like not let the other guy fight on his own and attack the other guy from behind. That's not cool. But yeah.
Well, be a Viking and then it's appropriate.
Then it suits
fits
you.
The character, yeah.
I've noticed that. Yeah. But anyway, so the funny thing about that is, so I pre-ordered that game on Monday, and I'm like, hey, I want this from Amazon, and they're like, yeah, it'll be here tomorrow, no problem.
Yeah, no problem.
And then the shipping comes in tracking, oh, till 8 p.m. I'm like, okay. 8:30 rolls around, and there's still no game. I had to check the tracking, and it's like, oh, we took this back from out to delivery and delivered it back to the UPS.
What?
They'll go out
They
tomorrow.
can't do that.
I'm like, what? Why wouldn't you deliver it to me when you took it out?
Right.
And so I check it again the next day. It's like, oh, out for delivery. And that was at like 7 in the morning, 7 or 6 in the morning. And then like an hour later, it's like, oh, back at the carrier. I was like, what the fuck? Why did you guys take it back to the store again when it should be out for delivery? And so I call them and give my well-mannered lessons of verbal abuse to him.
You're getting really skilled at those conversations.
Oh yeah, really. I've increased my stats about 10 points for my charisma, and my authority. But he ended up giving me a full refund.
Nice.
It was funny. He's like, yeah, you paid extra shipping for that, and it shouldn't have you should have got it yesterday. And I started playing
I should have.
And I'm like, yeah, we use this for events and like talks on. I do this for like a living. Like, I started making it really bad. I'm like, you guys have a promise for a pre-order to get it that day? I'm like,
oh dang, you were laying it on super thick then.
And I was like giving him.
I do this for a living. You were probably calling from Amex.
I was calling.
It was like the Amex line.
I wasn't even on break. I was like, all right, well, no, this meeting, I gotta go do this real fast.
All right, now that we got that out of the way, do you need anything? Can I take care of any needs for you guys?
No, so funny story is, I still didn't get, he's like, all right, here's a refund. I'm like, I'll give you the whole thing back. And he's like, yeah, really cool guy. And I still don't, he's like, it'll be there by 3 p.m. I'm guaranteed. 5:30 comes around. I was like, son of a bitch. So I start IMing him before I leave work, of course, while I'm at work. I get it taken care of. And the guy just like, well, I can give you a refund. I'm like, no, I already got a refund. And
Double
like,
the refund.
I'm like, I want the game. Where is it? Give me my tracking information. Well, I can give you a refund. I'm like, what the fuck? Am I not talking to someone real? But his name was like Pradeep, so I don't know if he was understanding what I was saying. I think he's just trying to give refunds.
Yeah. Could have just been a bot.
Yeah. And then I called again. Like 3 hours later when it was about 7:30, and yeah, he's like, yeah, well, it's already on its way. I get the picture from Jordan that I got delivered.
Nice.
Like, all right, guys. Well, funny Amazon story is better than Best Buy, but you know.
At least I got mine on release day from Best Buy. That's all I'm saying. And it came before 8 o'clock.
All right. Well,
It
anyway.
was right before 8. But don't give me shit about Best Buy anymore.
No, the whole thing started with me actually writing them on Twitter. Like,
Did it?
hey, Amazon.
How'd that go for you?
I got a lot of fans after that. But anyway, so I've just been playing a lot of that. I've been really enjoying it a lot. But so guys, we're gonna go ahead and jump into the world of hype and go ahead and get started on the next segment here.
Yeah.
You having fun yet?
I'm having tons of fun.
Well, if you didn't know, and if you guys didn't know out there too, you can always follow us in multiple places. Do you know all the places you can follow us at?
Well, I know that you guys are on Twitter. I know that you guys are obviously on YouTube.
We are?
You guys are on Twitch, right?
Yeah.
Yep. And you
3 for 3.
PlayStation, right?
Yeah.
Both?
4, yeah.
Okay. And my Facebook?
Yup.
We are on Facebook.
And of course Patreon, where you can support them.
6.
I highly suggest that.
Oh yeah,
Hey.
nailed it. Search
Hey.
all those places for Taryn the Hype, under Taryn the Hype, under my name, TARYN, the Hype. I almost said slash, by the way, there's no slash.
There's no
Don't-
slash. I
don't
wonder
put a
where that was
slash
coming
in.
from. Taryn / the hype. No, don't do that.
But we actually have a lot of changes coming up for the next few months, guys. I'm trying to take the show in a different direction to make sure it's balanced out to see what you want to see and hear what you want to hear, and so you can watch what you want to watch.
Taking it in a better direction. Not just that we're changing up gears or whatever, but
Yeah,
trying to
we'll
make
still
it
be
better
talking
for
the same way
the
we're
viewing
talking now,
experience.
but making videos more accessible for everyone.
Yeah.
So, let's go ahead and jump in the world of hype.
Hype.
So there's just some small things that have been happening around the world, and let me see your guys' opinion about them since the last 2 weeks ago passed. And one thing I want to talk about is the Super Bowl. The Falcons losing the Super Bowl.
Dude, that was
Pissed off about
that was
that.
so heartbreaking. Okay.
That
I was so happy I wore my jersey.
So I was like, I'm not gonna watch the Super Bowl. I really don't care. I haven't watched it in the last couple years. No big deal. And then I
Yeah,
was
that's what you
like,
said last show, right? Yeah, we don't ever watch it.
yeah, we never watch it. So I was.
Did you watch the Super Bowl?
It's like the only day I actually pretend to care about sports is we'll watch the Super Bowl, and that even for someone that doesn't watch sports, that was just heartbreaking.
Did you guys see that commercial of this game between all these other commercials that are awesome? Not so much this year.
No.
All right, so what you were saying? Sorry to interrupt you.
All right, so I tuned in the second quarter, and there was like 0-0, and I was like, oh wow, that's kind of weird. 0-0 in the second quarter. The first like drive that I see, the Falcons are taking it back, and they score their touchdown, and I was like, oh dang, good job guys. I'm glad I got to see the first touchdown. Oh cool, all right, they're going, and this was like 2 minutes before the half.
Yeah.
Yep.
They go and they score again. They get a field goal, and then I'm like, oh dang, those Patriots, they have their work cut out for them. Oh, they're down by 25 at the half. Yeah, no, everyone's saying, oh, that's never happened. They've never come back from, and anybody has ever come back from that. I'm like, all right,
Biggest deficit the Patriots have ever seen in the Super Bowl.
good game, Patriots. You know, you won too many Super Bowl rings, so let
you
someone else
cursed
have a
us.
chance. You
So
know,
you
it's cool.
cursed us.
So no. Then I turned off the game. I was like, it's obviously over. That was cool.
You had to
I'm
say
glad that I
something.
watched something. So I was like, all right, maybe I'll check back in later. Totally forgot about it. Sitting in bed, and I was checking social media, and I was like, why are people still talking about the game? It's obviously over because it's been long enough that like it should be over by now. I checked the schedule, and it's like it ends at this time. Well, lo and behold, there was like 30 seconds left, and it was tied up, and I was like,
Yep.
what the hell? How did this
Fucking
happen?
idiots.
So I watched the last 30
sorry.
seconds of the fourth quarter, and then like that minute and a half of overtime, which was stupid.
Yep.
First
But-
Super Bowl ever to have.
First-
overtime.
yeah.
That was
first
pretty
Super Bowl
impressive.
to ever have
I was-
overtime.
I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah. So
So
I
yeah,
was a little
that was a
upset.
really interesting game. I knew you were going to be super upset by it because,
Yeah.
damn, how did you guys blow that?
I had a few opinions.
Well, it's because they showed the Falcons showed and they like played so pretty well for the first half, and then it's like as soon as they saw that they had that lead,
Third
they're like,
quarter, yeah.
"We're good."
Coasted.
And then after that, the Patriots just freaking steamrolled
There were
them.
5 minutes
They
left
were
in the
pissed,
third
so
quarter
they had,
before the
you know.
Patriots scored. Yeah.
Yeah.
But who's counting? No, it was upsetting because they honestly, all things aside, I'm still happy. They played great.
It was a good
No
game.
one
Yeah.
thought they were going to get to the
Really good
playoffs.
game.
No one thought they were going to get to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
No one thought they were going to even be ahead of the Patriots at any point. And I'm proud for what they did. I'm just disappointed that they lost their motivation and they made some bad decisions at the end. I mean, with that kick that tied the game. I mean, you had 30 seconds left, and we're going to do those passes. You have one of the best kickers in the league he's the oldest and most experienced kicker, and his average is 55 yards, and his best is 63 yards. But, we're not going to kick it at 45.
Oh, no.
We're not
Why
going
would
to
you do that? No.
We're not going to kick it at 40. That would be too easy.
Nah.
Why don't we go for a pass? Just a few bad decisions made there at the end. They could have won it, but
Yeah.
They played really
there's-
well.
Yeah, there's always next year. They play great. They play great. And a lot of people
Yeah.
recognize them who didn't think they were anybody before. So I'm happy about that.
Yeah.
I'm still a big fan.
And the overtime means that they were part of the first
That's true.
historical Super
Yeah.
Bowl for that. So
And Matt Ryan got MVP, and that's the jersey I had. So now I have an MVP jersey. So
There you go.
always good news. But anyway, so moving on. World of Hype. Next thing on the list. You guys ever played Rocket League?
No, never heard of it before.
Shut up. Yes, you have.
I have watched it. I've watched people play it. I have not played it myself
We're
yet.
gonna have to do a Let's Play sometime.
It is a
for the three of us.
fun game.
It looks like a lot of fun.
It is a lot going on in the game.
And they've made a lot of updates too. One of the biggest updates that people are really into right now is that they've actually made some little micro machine cars of the Rocket League cars that you actually can control.
I did see
So
that.
How big are these cars?
So they're like
They're like
They're
micro
like
machine
Hot
size.
Wheel,
Like
like
Hot
Hot
Wheel
Wheelish.
size?
Yeah, Hot Wheels, not micro.
I was gonna say Micro Machine is like really small.
So they're bigger.
But-
They're a
Okay.
little bit bigger than the average, Hot Wheel size.
Okay.
And it comes with one of those balls from the Rocket
Yep.
League that you can
like
pull
the-
the car
Yeah,
back.
it's a
Gotcha,
roll
okay.
back one, so you
Yeah.
pull it back, and then you can just launch
you can
it
go hit the
right
car,
up.
get the ball if you want.
Okay.
Play your own little game.
That's cool.
Get some little finger puppet like
Yeah.
soccer goals and whatever.
Do they sell like a domed field to play around in?
No, but
So
I'm
you
gonna
can
get like
drive
a
in the
plastic
ceiling?
bag and
Because
like
that's the
empty
best
it.
place is when you drive on the ceiling.
I'm gonna get a plastic bag, empty it in an aquarium, and make that happen. But I thought that was really cool. I like that. The one thing that was really interesting to me is that if you purchase those, they come with downloadable codes to get the DLC in the game.
No
Oh,
way!
I
That's
didn't know
super
that.
cool.
That's
'Cause you
super
get,
cool.
you get,
I like that.
You get that car that you purchase in the game.
Nice. That is actually really cool.
Yeah, that's what I thought was interesting. So I want to pick up a few of those, but I don't know where they sell them at. So.
Don't know.
Fuck those guys.
I don't know. I don't actually think that they're released yet. Are they?
Yeah, they were released last month in January.
I'd assume it'd be like Toys R Us or
Unless
something.
they
would
pushed
have
them back. I mean, that's when they announced they were going to be
Amazon.
released.
Since you sell
it. Oh,
everything there.
that's true.
As long as you don't
need.
need them by a certain day or anything.
I don't need them. I just want them.
By release day or anything.
I like Rocket League. I was a fan of the game day one when it was free.
This is true. We did pay all of $0 for it when it came out. So.
Hey, but I did buy some DLC and you did too.
Yeah, we both bought DLC.
And we both
for it,
platinumed it.
Yeah, we obviously got our money's worth out of it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Hey, these cars are pretty cool.
Yeah. So that's something interesting for you guys out there. If you guys didn't know also, Sony is having a great time leading the way for sales.
Yeah.
Have you saw that they plan to hit, they're at about 55 right now. They plan to hit 60 million PlayStation 4s in March,
That is
Yep.
a crazy amount of PlayStation.
which is more than Super Nintendo has done. It's coming around to regular Nintendo. I mean, it's just about to finish. And regular Nintendo is about 65. So
Is that top 5 then, once they pass Super
Mm-hmm.
Nintendo?
they'll be top 5.
Yeah. Damn.
I think that in their lifetime, they're expected to reach at least 90.
That's
Wow.
crazy.
And that's gonna be put them in top 3.
Yeah.
Right behind the Wii and the PlayStation 2, if you don't include handhelds.
Right. Who cares?
Which
Who
actually-
counts those?
PS2 was first, then Wii, and then
Yeah.
be really interesting. Very cool.
That's very cool.
They've had a
Good
lot
job.
of good game announcements, so I think that's really helped them.
Yeah, I think them locking down a lot of the first parties is what's been making them buying studios, partnering with third parties to make sure they have exclusives and things like that.
Yeah.
That I would agree with. I don't agree so much that their first parties have been doing too much this generation, other than shutting down. Womp womp womp.
I have someone shutting down today? No, not this week. That
No,
was
I
last
wasn't
week.
this week. No, I was like, crap. I wasn't trying to segue into any stories.
But speaking about shutting down and not doing well, The Last Guardian has had a price cut.
Now, okay, was this a temporary price
No, this
cut
is a
or is it
permanent
a
price cut.
permanent price cut?
Really?
So it went from it's a $20 price cut, so from
Right.
60 to 40.
Wow.
And so I mean, this definitely only like proves the fact that this game was more again the fact. How many times did I say the fact? Twice, third,
The more you say it, the more better it gets. So
more better.
The more better.
So-
more better.
This only makes the game more better for your value for your money.
There you go.
Does that make sense? Yeah.
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 Perfect.
More
Yeah,
bang for your buck.
it's proof that I mean they just wanted to get it out there to give it to
Yeah.
fans,
Yeah.
and they didn't really have any
It was
expectation.
total fan service.
There's no way they're gonna make their money back, so this is them saying, "Yeah, we know that, so why don't we just lower the price so more people can play it?" So
Yeah.
I still hate it, but anyway, I put
I'm still not going to play it because it never interested me. in
maybe
the
when
first
it gets
Yeah,
less
it
than
didn't
$20,
really
I'll pick it up just to
either.
have in my library
$8.
and try to.
the magic price
The
point,
magic price point.
$8, and maybe I will pick it up.
Now, have you played it yet, Julene?
I haven't played it yet. See, and that's I wasn't really like my husband was following the hype train. You know when they announced it 10 years ago, and they're like,
Yeah,
"Oh, we're
pretty
working
much,
on
yeah.
this."
Literally, it
Well,
was
we're
10 years.
working
Yeah.
on this.
That
yeah.
wasn't over exaggerated.
Yeah, no,
10
yeah,
years
that's what I'm
ago.
saying. It was like, yeah, it was like 10 years ago, and
It's
so
the
when they
10-year anniversary.
and
Back
we
on
watched
the first E3.
yeah, and that's the thing is like E3 we watch that we make a bigger deal over E3 than we do the Super Bowl or anything else. Like everyone's sitting on the counter.
we're the
like,
same
everyone's-
way.
Yeah, as you should. Yeah.
So where everyone's just thinking like, oh my gosh, what are they gonna announce next? And so when they finally announced, he was like, oh my gosh. But like even after they did the announcements and they showed what they had for it, he still hasn't picked it up. So it and from what I
Yeah.
could tell, at least
Yeah.
review wise, it didn't do terribly.
It wasn't bad.
Yeah,
But I
so-
think when you have so long, I mean, 10 years of build up, you have so much you have to live up to.
Yeah.
And so if you're not meeting exactly on that point, it's gonna fall short.
And I think that's exactly what it was. You nailed it. Is that where everyone has like their fucking Matrix eyes on, to where they're not living in the real world, just saying this game took so long to develop. It's amazing. Like, have you played it? Yeah, I bought it. No, have you played it? No, I haven't played it because it's amazing. Like, but I mean, the other people who have played it and actually don't live in a world of shit is that they know that I see what they're trying to do here. It's not 2004 anymore, but I have it in my inventory. I guess I'll either trade it or keep it on my shelf and let it collect dust. But that's done with. That's how the game feels now.
got it.
So, but anyway, thought I'd bring that up for you guys.
Yeah.
So see a price drop in March back down to $20 for the last.
There you go.
Guardian.
It'll be a flash sale. In
there
May.
you go.
Now, are you
For
guys
$8.
Plus members for PlayStation?
Yes.
No,
You are.
never heard of it.
I wasn't asking you. I know
You said,
are.
You did
are
say
you
you guys.
I meant you and like your family.
Yes.
I already
My
know.
family is not a
I know
PlayStation
your
Plus
story.
member. Sorry.
Is there a partition you could like put up?
Oh.
Just kidding.
I'll just see myself out. I'll just take the lights with me when I leave.
No, you don't need to. You're good. But all right. So I mean, have you? You said you are. Or you are.
Yeah, we are.
All right. So if you guys didn't see, Little Big Planet 3 was released with
Yeah.
also the Not a Hero. What were some other games? There was Star Whale.
Oh yeah, that was fun.
That was actually another game that I've been playing with my daughter. You really did not enjoy it.
I enjoyed it, but it was so terrible.
Now this was actually released on
Just
PC
from- no,
first. Have you played it?
I have not. I honestly, it's the first I'm hearing about
Okay,
this
so-
one.
Okay, it's a good game. It has awesome visuals. I really like the concept of it. I get really hung up on the way a game looks. It was the controls that I really did not like, because in the same way that like Surgeon Simulator is comically difficult to control, or Octodad is comically
Yeah.
difficult to control, it's kind of like that, but a little bit too far gone. Like I
Okay.
wish that it was just a little more dialed in.
Man, we didn't even play
Because
the
it
levels.
was,
I found
it
a
was
bitch of a level
really
too.
bad. Like I was having so much trouble, like even just staying straight. My Norwal kept like spinning in circles, or being like way over here when I needed to be down here.
So for you guys who don't know what Star Whale is, they're Plus members. You get it for free. If you haven't checked it out, just jump into it real fast, play it for 5 minutes, and get your pin. It's where you're actually a cartoon whale with a giant ass nose.
Like a
That's
Norwal.
like a dagger.
A Narwhal.
I'm-
Oh, narwhal. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
so-
a giant ass whale with a horn on it.
Sorry, I don't
It's
know
a-
the technical name of it, Mr.
I said
Dictionary.
it like 5 times just since we brought up this.
So Star
game.
Whale, you have a giant ass nose as a whale, or you could be a Norwal,
Narwhal.
which is some made up name. And so that
It's
whole
a sea
object,
unicorn.
There's
Gosh.
4 different
It
games.
is.
There's 4 different games modes that you can play, and they're pretty much as each whale you can customize the way they look, give them an afro, put them in a samurai uniform, whatever you
I
want.
will
to
say there was some awesome customization
Oh, yeah.
options in this game that I was not expecting.
change the color of the whale,
I like
whatever you
that a
want to
lot.
do.
I'm gonna be going home
And-
and downloading this.
And all you do is that you and either one computer or one player. Or, it's 4 players, but you can do 2 if you want minimum. All you're trying to do is you have a little glowing heart on your chest where your heart would be, and you're trying to stab your nose into the other person's heart, and that either takes away from their stock of hearts they have, like Smash Brothers, or you're trying to play Capture the Heart, which is there's a heart floating level, you pick it up, you're the only person with a fucking heart, and everyone else is trying to stab your heart coming after you. Oh. But the mechanics are you move forward with R2.
So it's kind of like a driving game where that's your go button.
But you kind of have puppet physics where your head's always dongling back and forth, and that's where
and
the R2 pushes you. So you have to.
But it's not precise.
And here's the weird thing: so pushing right on the analog stick makes your head go up. Pushing left on the analog stick makes your head go down. Mm-hmm. And then R2 is it makes sure push you forward whatever way your head's facing. So you're constantly like, trying to flap and find your way around there, trying to stab this other fucking guy with your nose, and you're trying to figure out how to move around.
This just sounds like 5 minutes of me just.
It's exactly what it was. That's exactly what it is.
Now, it's so
the
much
most confusing crap ever.
We actually have a let's play of it.
It's super entertaining though. We had a good time playing it.
Yeah, we
laughed a lot.
If you guys check out on YouTube, you look up Star Wheel for TarynTheHype, you'll see some of his game footage from last week. Yeah, it was pretty bad, but it's really funny because there's other modes which are just kill as many as you can, get as many stabs as you can, and whenever it's those modes, whenever you get close to stabbing someone's heart, the whole screen does a slow motion effect. And so you're like, I missed it. And it's very Matrixy, but very funny as well. And you're having these really small but fun, intense moments about something really stupid. It's a good party game.
My favorite mode in that game was the King of the Hill type game, where you have to, we had to swim up on the map to the top and touch your nose to the point up at the top.
Yeah,
and then it counts up on a timer for however long you're in control of it. And the other people are trying to go up and touch it. And when they touch it, it sends out like a shockwave, so it blows everybody back.
Except for you, yeah.
And except for the person who has the control of it.
Yeah, and so you're trying to.
That was really fun.
Some levels have 2 points, some levels have 3 points, some levels have like those balls that you go to like playgrounds at McDonald's with and pretend that you don't like, but you want to play in. And you have to like barrel on. You didn't see that level, but there's a level where you have to go under all those like fake balls to get to the point.
Like a ball pit,
okay.
yeah.
I was trying to figure out what ball is at McDonald's that kids don't want to play with, but they really do. I was like,
she got it.
I have no idea.
Yeah, so there's levels that have the points underneath ball pits that you have to dig through the ball pits to get to the point.
Gotcha.
And when it does that shockwave, it blows all the balls everywhere.
That's super cool. Why didn't you show me this level?
There's also some other levels that like have wind mechanics.
Okay.
So like it's literally imagine a racetrack, and there's squares blocking the outside of the racetrack. But if you go to the bottom left or the bottom right, the wind blows you out around the racetrack. So you go to the bottom right, it blows you around back to the middle.
Interesting.
Bottom left, it blows you back in the middle. And so you see people just flying left and right, making figure eights. You're trying to find the way to get to the fucking heart. And it's a fun little game, and I'm glad it's free.
Yeah, I was definitely glad to play it for free. That would not be an $8 game.
You need to check that out.
That is not on the $8 list.
I will.
Get around the couch, make some bets and some wagers, and just go at it with that game.
Sounds like a great drinking game.
I was just going to say, turn it into a drinking game.
Yeah.
You'll be fine.
Now, another interesting thing for the world of hype is that M. Night Shyamalan has announced Unbreakable 2.
Yay! That's one of my favorite M. Night movies. It was one of his first ones.
Or Avatar, as they pronounce it.
Avatar.
You should feel terrible for even saying that.
You should feel terrible.
I really want to.
I blocked that from my mind. I totally didn't even think about that. I really want one of his movies.
Okay, is it just me, or do you really want like a Last Airbender MMO? Like in that world where you can choose what type of
That would be pretty. I could see that being successful, and
fun.
and I think it has enough of a following, and it would definitely take off pretty well if it was executed properly.
Quest from the Fire World, always trying to stop people.
So what type of a bender would you be? What nation would you belong to? Is not a tribe.
Air.
Oh. Didn't really?
Yeah.
Boring.
Fuck off. Air's awesome.
I'm sorry, that was not the answer we were looking for.
It's like, would you like
what
to
would you be?
Earthbender.
Yeah, I was going to say
Toph is the best bender of all
yes!
time. Thank you.
That's my second. But...
My second would probably be fire. And
Jordan.
then if I could spec into being a lightning bender, which is pretty cool. Possibly be a water bender who then becomes a blood bender, which is
that's pretty cool.
Psycho.
So which one is it then, huh?
Earth, obviously.
Yeah,
Earth first.
Jordan's number one is water, for sure. I'd probably say mine would probably be air if I could, but then go to Earth. But Jordan thinks I'd be fire because I'm always fucking hot.
She would say that.
Not in that sense either. Like the fact that I run hot. But anyway, back to Unbreakable 2.
Anyways.
I'm actually not looking forward to it.
Why?
I wasn't a big fan of the movie. I didn't like it out of the theater.
It was so good. I never saw it in theaters. I didn't see it until it was on DVD, and that was, I think, the first time when I saw it.
I wonder how Samuel L. Jackson was like when they're like, "Hey, so
Okay.
get back in that wheelchair."
So I don't know anything about this Unbreakable 2. Is there like a plot that's thrown out there?
It's just been
Is there
announced.
anything
It's just
that's
been announced.
talked about? Okay. So we
They
don't
asked
know
him-
if
they asked him in an
necessarily Bruce
interview,
Willis
and he
is back. We don't know if Mr. Glass is back. Hopefully he's
We
not.
don't know if it's the same characters. They just asked him in an interview about a different movie, and he said, "Yes, I'm making Unbreakable 2."
Interesting.
So
I'd almost kind of like him to go to a different set of characters. Like I'd
Mr.
be okay
Rock.
seeing Bruce Willis, versus Mr. Air.
versus Zeus.
But derailed the train of thought.
All right, so go ahead. You'd like to see what?
I'd like to see, I think, different characters kind of existing in that same world where it's very grounded, very like down to earth, realistic stuff. But let's see a new hero. Let's see him kind of overcome his shortcomings and kind of come into his own in his own story. Give us a different bad guy. The way they introduced the bad guy in the first movie was fine. I just didn't care for him by the end. He seemed really kind of boring and a little too comic booky, where his last line basically is, "I should have known I was a bad guy because they called me Mr. Glass." I was like,
Well,
okay,
wasn't
that's
the
nice,
last
but-
scene of seeing like them talking in a comic shop too?
Yeah, and that was fine. There's a lot of comic references and stuff in there, which is fine. But like I would almost rather see either Bruce Willis with somebody else who is kind of like him, maybe that'd be kind of cool, or give me an entirely new cast of characters.
Justin Bieber.
No.
All right. What about you? Are you even excited about this at all? Or did you like the first movie? Yes, no.
Never seen the first movie.
Ooh.
Yeah,
So we have no idea what we're talking about.
No, but
I'm glad I didn't
I'm
spoil
like
too much for you. Sorry that you know the bad guy.
I'm that I jump on the hype train like way too late. There's really no train anymore. I'm just like one of those hand trucks. I'm going on, going on like, oh, this is great. Trying to catch up. Yeah, like I didn't see like Pulp Fiction. Like Pulp Fiction is like super huge. I didn't see that till like 3 years ago. Like stuff like that.
That's right. I was only like 8 years ago that I saw Pulp Fiction or something. So.
That and Fight Club. Like I finally
okay.
saw that. Yeah. So I haven't seen it before. So
it's good. You should definitely check it out.
okay.
Yeah, I'm missing it.
It's not like It's not like M. Night Shyamalan's main movies. It doesn't have that like signature Shyamalan twist at the end.
Okay.
I'll give you that.
It's not like a scary movie or anything like that. It's not trying to be intense. It's just a cool comic book movie that's very grounded.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay.
Almost,
then that sounds
almost to like
interesting.
the point of being more grounded than like Christopher Nolan's Batman series.
Okay.
Like even that was more comic booky than this movie is. It's,
All right.
It's super cool. I definitely recommend it.
All
Okay.
right, so I'll give you that too. I think that this is definitely one of the back when Shyamalan was actually kind of cool and had decent movies opposed to shitty ass movies that he does now.
Yeah, I still like his movies.
Oh, man, we gotta
With
talk.
the exception of Avatar. All right,
This might
fine.
have to be like an entire like segment later on. Like
This can be an
Shyamalan.
entire episode to me.
Wow. All right.
There's enough movies to talk about.
and noted. We'll have it as a separate segment down the way.
Okay.
All right, so moving on. I know there's something that you're both probably going to be very excited about. Is that Blizzard announced that the currency from WoW is going to be actually going to be available for any other game that they have.
No.
So you can use the WoW currency in Diablo. You can use WoW currency in Overwatch. You can use WoW
Overwatch to
currency.
buy loot boxes?
So
No.
I've been clean for like 3 years, and I'm not going back. Like, yes.
I got the itch.
why are you
man.
guys always covering these holes?
I start getting all kinds of jittery. Oh, there's a new expansion coming out?
No.
Oh, I should go pick up the old expansion.
And then of course, whenever they do, they're like, "Hey, buddy, you want to play 2 weeks for free?"
Oh, I know, that's the worst thing.
And I'm like, I don't need. I just wanted to reset my authenticator. I don't need to see that.
I just updated the launcher. I didn't even mean to. Oh, you haven't played in a while. Here's Warlords of Draenor for free and 2 weeks. Oh,
It's like, come
why?
on.
Why would you do this? Yeah.
Don't mind us. We're just
So
gonna
how do you
put
feel
ads
about
on.
that?
So moving on. Next topic. I think that's cool. I like that they have a lot of synergy between their games. I thought it was a cool move when they updated so you could play WoW, earn gold in the game, and then use that gold to buy WoW time.
Yeah.
So it kind of rewarded you
That's-
for putting more into the game. I thought that was a really cool idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So just that they're expanding that to their other games, kudos. That's really good fan service as far as I'm concerned. Because
Yeah.
people are sitting with tons of gold now. It's like, well, what are you going to use it on? Can't spend it on anything because there's nothing worth buying.
One thing that's also, you guys definitely mentioned earlier, how like I don't want to get back into that. I've been away from it for so long, but games that you've been playing recently has been Overwatch. So I mean, maybe that's the thing, they're trying to jump back into it real fast so you can buy something for Overwatch.
Yeah, but I'm assuming it's just Overwatch on PC that it would sync to. Because I don't think I could spend WoW Gold on PS4 versions of their games.
You can't log into Blizzard on your...
Yeah, right.
Yet.
You can't connect your Blizzard account.
Yeah, no, I connected it to the Blizzard account, but I think
I'd assume it would transfer, though, if it's connected to your Blizzard account.
I mean, it's possible. I don't know.
Maybe you should try it out and see what happens. Same response.
Goodbye, podcast. It's been fun. I'll see you in a year and a half when we reboot.
Every podcast from now on is me facing the camera, just Matt's back facing on the laptop facing the opposite direction.
Go take out my paladin. It's good times.
Well, while we're on the topic, you played the paladin.
Yeah.
What did you play in?
I played a hunter.
Yeah, so did I.
Wait.
All my
What
friends
spec?
are hunter. Do you know what spec? You don't even know the specs. You knew.
It's been that long. I haven't played nearly as much as you did.
I used to do 40-man raids.
No,
Thank you.
Back when played a raid.
No.
Oh,
I didn't
really?
play a raid either.
Yeah.
I played back in vanilla.
Oh, dang.
So I did 40-man raids. I was part of a high-end raiding guild.
Nice.
So that's why when I'm like, no, I've been clean for... There's a reason why I don't go back to that, because it used to be WoW was life for me for a while there. So
you heard they announced that they're going to do a vanilla server just for the fans, right?
No. I don't...
I can go
I have a child and I have a family and... Like,
it's a perfect time to introduce them to Warcraft.
the most I was there.
And then you can start your own team with all your family members.
No, I'm not even kidding. I had that when I was playing WoW. My entire family, my mom, my brother, my husband, everyone, all of our friends. We had our own guild. We could run our own.
That's awesome.
Not even kidding.
Not gonna lie.
Like, so it was really cool. Like, cause we'd be like, "Hey, family time. Want to go run a raid?" Like, that was the thing. It was like awesome. That's what we'd get to do. But no, I haven't played in like 3 years. The only thing I play now from Blizzard is the occasional Hearthstone and Diablo 3.
You haven't played in 3 years, but you only played vanilla?
No, I used to play back when it came out. I played for
a
huge chunk of, and then I and then I was like, and then I'm like, no, I'm done.
I was like, wow, you stopped in vanilla. I am super impressed that you never came back.
No,
I gateway drug.
I was there when the portal opened up for me to yeah. So I played for years, and I was like, you know what, I'm done. This just doesn't need to be a main focus for me. And then they're like, oh, but you have flying mounts, and it's like, oh, but we have this, and it's like, damn it. And I keep going back, and then every now and then somebody starts talking about it, and they're like, oh yeah, well they're doing this, and I'm like, man,
get that
and I'm like, I could probably get everyone playing again. But no, my Diablo 3 is like kind of like my rehab
Blizzard,
patch
I'm ready
for
for
that.
my deposit.
Yeah, I sunk a lot of time into Diablo to kind of curb that.
Yeah, well, did you recently? Because when they opened up the new season, did you guys see that they actually put in a dungeon, and it was actually for the anniversary of the original Diablo?
I heard about it.
I did. I have not gone back to play. I deleted it from my console after. All right, so I played it on PS4. I bought it on PC originally. Played it at launch. And then dropped out of it.
When you got in.
I didn't have any problems with it at launch. Like, I got
it day one, and I fell asleep in front of my computer waiting for it to get in.
I didn't start it till like the next day or something, I think. Because I picked it up launch day, and I had something going on launch day, so I couldn't play it either till that night or the next day. I don't remember.
That would make sense.
And I had no problems.
So their sweatshop of programmers were able to fix your problem before
yeah, apparently. Yeah, they were good. Good job.
Fix the server.
So I put a lot of time into that, and then I stopped playing it because I kind of got away from playing PC games. And then, because I was moving and had a bunch of stuff going on. But then it came out on PS4 with the Reaper of Souls and everything, which I never bought for PC. I got super into it, played it, platinumed it. I don't know why it's hard to say that.
It's more better than
it is more better for sure. And then as soon as I did that, I was like, all right, I got to stop because this is a game I'll just keep coming back to over and over and over, like I am with Overwatch right now. And so I deleted it from my console, and I was like, all right, I'm not going to touch it. And then they're like, oh, hey, here's this anniversary thing that we're doing, plus a Necromancer character. I was like, oh.
Yep.
Oh yeah, huh?
It's
a necromancer. That sounds fun.
It's completely worth it, in my opinion, to go back for what they did for the anniversary, because they went ahead. They also changed the whole overlay for it, so it has the graphics, the same outline that it did for Diablo 1.
I like that it's all like blocky movements too. It's
everything like you have that 8 turn radius.
Yeah.
You have everything is the same. They just pretty much changed the graphics down, so your character's the same, your moves are the same, but it looks like you're playing it through it's a Diablo 1 filter.
That's very
cool. It was super fun. I went through, the only thing, of course, is that very much like the original, there's no like saving or anything. You have to go through this in one run. So make sure you have some time for it. But it was so well done. It's so much fun.
I was hoping when they announced it that it was like an entire campaign set like that and not just a rift or whatever.
Well, what they ended up doing is they gave it some other parts so you can run through it, but you can also get pets from doing it.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Ooh.
including, if I'm correct, one is supposed to be a cow. In honor of so you could get a cow from it. There are other quests that you could do. So I thought it was really cool. I haven't gone through to do all of the quests because I decided I play with some other people in my house, and we decided that, hey, let's play a character we never play, which has been miserable for me. But
so what characters are you? What character do you main? What character do you not like?
I always play Demon Hunter.
Yes,
because
the best. On PC it's the best. It's terrible on console. It does not translate well.
I wouldn't imagine that.
No, I was like, how is this going to work? It doesn't. It really doesn't. But
yeah, so
PC version is awesome playing Demon Hunter.
Yeah, I love my Demon Hunter. Now, I mean, what I'm playing now, I'm playing a wizard now, so it's not bad.
Okay, they're not bad.
It was a decent transition. So playing Demon Hunter over to the wizard, so it was good. But I still miss my Demon Hunter. And then like my husband's playing a Demon Hunter, and I'm just I'm judging you, completely judging you as you're trying to play this.
You're running that character so wrong. That's the worst possible skill.
I'm like,
you're playing the game wrong.
Well, and then he's like,
it's like when I play with Taryn, then I feel bad, but not really, because he is playing it wrong. He doesn't put gems in his gear. He doesn't update his stuff every time.
I know I should do those things. I just didn't care.
And then I just give him crap for it.
I wasn't planning on going for the platinum like you were, and like putting as much time into it as you were. I was playing through it
just having fun with it. I know. I can't help it.
And my husband purposely goes out of his way to do something just to piss me off with it, though. So be like, you know how you normally spec like this? Yeah, I'm like complete opposite of that. And I'm like, that's cool, that's fine. Play horribly if you want. And of course, he does great at it because screw him. So
screw him. What an asshole.
Yeah, but I totally recommend going, at the very least, running through the dungeon once, just because it's so much fun. It's very nostalgic. They did a great job with it.
I guess I'll be downloading some patches in the next couple days.
That's on PS4 or no?
Yeah, it should be out on PS4.
Yeah, it was released across the board.
Okay. Yeah. Is the Necromancer out too?
I don't think so. I don't think the Necromancer's out. I think they announced it when they did the anniversary, but they haven't actually released it yet.
Yeah, I knew it was announced at the same time, but I couldn't remember if it was launching at the same time. I was hoping it was.
Another
reason to go back in 2 or 3 months.
Oh yeah, and then just disappear for a while.
Yeah. And that's your BlizzCon update here with TarynTheHype.
The Blizzard, the hype.
What? I'm not even going to start talking about what I play anymore.
So that's episode 14.
No, stop doing it. So I'm glad you guys are excited about all of that.
Whew, that was fun.
So you will be playing WoW then, or no?
I'm going to avoid it as much as humanly possible.
It's funny because, I mean, it's so far gone that you're not to the point where, like, hey, you want to play this? Hey, you want to play this? You're not that friend. You're past the point to where you're like, don't bring it up. Because I can't.
Because I will want to go play it.
Yep.
I want to play it really bad. I'll play other MMOs to be like, oh, okay, this will scratch the itch. I'll play this other thing to scratch it. This game is not as good as WoW. This game is not as fun. I don't like these characters. I don't care about any of this story. It could be the best story ever. And I'm like, it's just not the same.
No.
The only thing that came close to me to scratching it and having fun was Final Fantasy XIV. Because that gameplay was rock solid. The Realm Reborn. I liked it.
Thoughts, opinions?
Didn't play it. I didn't play that one.
14 or 11?
14. 11 can go.
You didn't like 11?
It was way too hardcore.
He loved all it. He got to level 9
playing
from
it.
me playing from level 2 to 9 for him.
Shut up. I liked playing it. I didn't like that when I died, I lost experience. And the enemies right around your starting zone were brutal to get through solo. And it was a really cumbersome UI. Mm-hmm. I didn't know where I was going.
Yeah, it was still a new thing for them doing.
We were trying to
PS2, PS3.
Yeah, we were on PS2. and like just trying to find Taryn to group up or meet up with him. I'm like, oh hey, is that you? Oh no, that's not you. Oh, is that you? Where are you?
Yeah, because
I'm over at I'm in the square.
Yeah.
We were like calling on the phone to talk to each other, or
Like-
typing over
like pros.
Yeah, right.
AOL Online, I am. So moving on, there are a few more announcements. Not so much when it comes to video games, but more into the entertainment world of movies and TV shows. They announced Netflix Magic School Bus and
Yes.
Castlevania series.
Yay.
The Castlevania series is going to be very dark. I think they mentioned the Constantine series. That was on TV,
Okay.
as well as the Magic School Bus is actually going to be. It's going to be live action, but it's going to have Kate McKinnon as Miss Frizzle. So.
Yep.
That works. I don't like it live action though. I'd much rather have it animated. But that's a personal
For how much
issue.
they can blend it nowadays, I think that's
Yeah,
good. And they're definitely going to still try to keep
they'll
the
put-
mentoring factor.
it'll look
good,
I'm sure,
educational. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's not going to be just one like, well, this is Magic School Bus. It's supposed to just be weird. It's going to be a Netflix original. I think it's supposed to be like 12 episodes. So very short, like they've been doing.
Yeah, it's
but,
about their standard.
but still very educational as well as entertaining and
Cool.
complex. So look forward to those coming up. That's going to be this year too. So
Yeah.
Oh wow.
They've also announced that Samurai Jack is coming back for another season.
And it's supposed to be under an MA rating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's coming back to Cartoon Network, right? That's coming back to
It was
regular
Adult- it was
TV,
Adult
not
Swim.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was teen before. Now it's actually adult.
That's cool.
So
I've never seen any Samurai Jack.
it's good.
That's
It's a
what
good
I've heard.
series.
It looks really cool.
Ah, cool.
The most I've seen of Samurai Jack has just been in GIFs on the internet. So.
I like also the opening thing. Got to get back to the past. Samurai Jack. Whoosha!
Copyright strike.
If YouTube picks that up as actually like the song, then I'll actually be really proud of myself. That's fine. Keep the copyright. I don't even care. I'm not even worried about it. If you guys didn't know, the last few weeks there's also a few movies that came out. There was the Lego Batman release.
Yeah, I went and saw that today.
How was it?
It was really good. It was a lot funnier than I anticipated it being. My one gripe that I had with it, because I'll always throw at least one gripe in.
You gotta stay balanced. Yeah.
It felt kind of weird that it... Alright, so it's a Lego movie, so it's like under a Lego umbrella branding, like the Lego movie was. But the Batman from Lego movie didn't feel like it corresponded to the Batman Lego movie, if that makes sense.
He wasn't the same
Like
Batman from the
he wasn't
Lego movie.
referencing anything that went on. He's like a loner. He doesn't talk about having a girlfriend for that short period of time. He doesn't talk about like the outside of Gotham. It's like it all takes place in
I hate this
in the
place.
world. But there's a couple times in the movie where they reference things that happen from Lego movie. So
And
it's
he
like
just totally blows it off, or
and like no one really says anything about it. So it's like I don't know if they're trying to build like a universe, if these are like isolated.
sounds like someone didn't read all the pages in that
So
script.
I don't know. But it was awesome. It was really fun. Super funny. I like the characters in it.
Hey boss, you only made me proofread all the odd pages, right?
Yeah, that'll be fine.
Good job, Timmy.
But no, there was something else too. What was it? Oh, it references like Batman movie history, like all the way back to
I've heard
Adam
that.
West and
heard
even
that.
before.
Okay, that's really cool.
So it was really funny the way they kept bringing up stuff like from Batman's history, but it was referring to the old movies and stuff and the TV series. So it was pretty funny the way they did that.
Cool.
I really appreciated it.
So you think that somebody, referring back to the hype and unhype part of this, you think that somebody who had no idea of Lego Movie, didn't know this was a Lego Movie in the first place, but likes Batman, do you think they will enjoy this movie?
Hands down, one of the best Batman movies since like Dark Knight.
Now, what about people who don't really know anything about Batman, but they like Legos?
They like Legos, they'll have fun because it's a very bright, colorful, funny movie that's full of jokes and all kinds of slapsticky humor, but not like in-your-face slapsticky humor.
Okay.
It's good, like the Lego movie was. If you liked that movie, you'll like this movie.
And if Powder walked out of the basement, went to the movie theater, and wanted to see this,
I'd say get back in the basement, you freak. What are you doing? You're going to get hit by lightning, cause a rainbow storm, and then disappear.
So Sean Patrick Flannery, don't go see Batman Lego Movie. All right, good to know. There's a few other movies that came out recently. There was also John Wick 2. You guys seen that?
No.
I haven't seen the first one.
50
either.
Shades Darker?
I feel bad that I haven't seen that first one.
No? Okay.
No, I'm not going to see that
All
bullshit.
right. So
No.
they announced the movie The Arrival's coming out on video, but they actually have a VR experience for the movie, to where you can actually watch the movie through some of the the people's perspectives with the VR headset. How do you guys feel about that?
It's cool.
Yeah, I think it's pretty cool.
Do you think that'd be an interesting, direction for movies to take, digital releases, or actually even into theaters with VR experiences, actually looking through the eyes of characters on the screen?
I think that could be really cool as long as it's not overdone.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think it would be, for certain movies, I'm sure it would make for a great experience. But at least in my opinion, most things where it's like, oh, this was such an intense experience, a really cool effect, then as soon as they go, oh, that succeeded really well once, everything's going to be like that. And then it just becomes like, whatever. But I think for, like, if it was for a movie that was tailored around exactly just that and it wasn't overdone, I think that'd be really cool.
Now, have you guys seen The Arrival?
Mm-mm.
Oh, you should check it out. Definitely a very good movie.
I want to see
it didn't go in the direction I thought it was going to go, which I actually was happy with, because it was really a nice little twist. You could kind of see it maybe about 70% through the movie, but you weren't sure that was what it was going to be. But once you watched the way they portrayed it and the way they demonstrated it and brought you to that final punchline, so that's like, wow, this is heavy, this is deep, this is intense. So cool. Definitely a good movie. I like the way they did Aliens.
Nice.
Spoilers, it's Aliens.
I was gonna say spoilers. Now I know there's aliens in the movie.
Now, last few things before we get to the hype of the show, we have an update with Pokemon Go, which we haven't really been playing, but you have.
Breaking news.
80 new Pokemon from Gold and Silver have been added to Pokemon Go.
Yes, they have been.
Now, I know how much I played this in the beginning. You and me were having some contests about my collection addiction. And but Matt, you've been playing it more recently than I have now.
Yeah.
How are you liking the new Pokemon, the new experiences?
It's fun. It's fun finding new Pokemon. I'm impressed with myself that I still know their names for the second generation, because that after second generation was when I started kind of falling off and not paying as much attention
Gold and Silver
until Diamond and Pearl came. So I kind of like skipped one generation, I guess, where I just stopped kind of paying attention to it. But it's fun. I mean, they've added some new items into the game, new berries to help you catch stuff.
Oh, nice.
And apparently found out that there's going to be new evolution items, because I went and looked at
Moonstones?
evolving on. No. Damn it. Well, I don't know. But I was looking at what Onyx needs to evolve into Steelix, and he needs an item plus his amount of candy to evolve. And I have no idea what the item is because I've never seen it before.
All right.
So, yeah, it's interesting. I think it's pretty cool. I went and spent a couple dollars in it today so I could get some incubators and hopefully hatch some new Pokemon, which would be cool. But I caught 11 Pokemon in like an hour and a half.
Now, have you caught a Ditto?
11 new ones. Yes, I did catch a Ditto.
Nice.
It's not a very good Ditto, but it is a Ditto. But
we're saying Ditto.
Ditto. Ditto.
All right, so moving on from that. That's cool. I'm probably not gonna jump back into it.
Aww.
I think I'm going to.
I want to give it a shot.
The servers were really crappy today, so there must have been quite a few people. Okay,
yeah,
so
the update just came out this week.
Oh, wow.
To
Okay.
There's like some weird item that I don't know what it is.
Special
you need
candies?
a special item. So I'm like,
Okay,
I don't know what that means.
I do
I
like
know the
how
update just came out yesterday, right? So
The update came out yesterday, but the Pokemon didn't go live until this afternoon. Because I was checking it like all day today.
that's been most of my feed today on like social media is people posting pictures of the new ones that they've caught.
Yeah. So it's fun.
You were about to say something about it as well?
Oh no, I think I'm gonna get back into it. I don't know, not as like heavily as when it first came out, because that's pretty much.
That's impossible.
That
to
was
get back.
yeah.
I went to our Facebook
like,
pages, and that's all we had was the screenshots of our.
Yeah, like when you're
collections.
getting excited over catching a Charizard, and like, oh my god, my life's
I don't have a
changed.
Charizard.
I caught one outside of a Home Depot while sitting.
We missed one by literally seconds.
Oh.
Yeah, it was
literally seconds.
We were here, and we were at a park, and at the end of the sidewalk, these kids were like, "Oh my gosh, Charizard right here!" So we walk like literally 3 seconds to get there, and we walk at a faster pace, of course. And he's like, "Wait, he's gone."
They're like, "It's right here in the corner." We're like, "No, it's not." And they're like, "Yes, it is."
It was never caught for us, and then
it is
we
not.
couldn't find it.
Mine was completely by accident. I was with a friend, and we were going through Carl's Jr., and they were driving, so I'm just like, I'm controlling both phones for us. I'm like, in case anything pops up, and on mine, the Charizard popped. I was like, oh my gosh, and I managed to catch it, and their phone lagged and died, so they didn't. So that was unfortunate.
Sucks to be them. Glad you took care of yourself, though. Looking out for number one.
Yeah, maybe a little bit. But it was like, oh, this is great, just chilling outside of a Home Depot. I was like,
that'd
that's
be cool
cool.
if they used like not really cool, but interesting if they were going to use any marketing with public restaurants with that. Like,
well, they did with Starbucks.
They did with Starbucks.
no, but like in a sense to where like if you were like a kid's Happy Meal at like say Burger King, and imagine opening up that little.
Who's ordering a Happy Meal at Burger King? What is this
It's
mystery
a rough
made up world?
Concept. All right, you were having a fucking McDonald's, jeez.
And then you go play with the ball that the kids want to play in, but they pretend like they don't want
No,
to.
the adults
Anyway.
pretend that they don't want
the
to play.
adults want to. Yeah,
So you get a Happy Meal
Meal
at some fast food chain.
that happens to be McDonald's because that's where you get a Happy Meal.
At Burger King, and you go to and just so imagine you open up the box or your bag if you're an adult not getting a Happy Meal.
Adults can get Happy Meals. I don't personally, but
All
I've
right.
heard that happens.
And in that corner of that little fake cardboard they have, there's a little scanner code, and if you hold up your Pokemon Go to that and actually make a Pokemon generate, I think that would be interesting to capture Pokemon by making you go to different stores. Something like that.
Yeah, and that's when you would see a lot of adults buying Happy Meals.
Yeah, but then I feel like people get really angry about I have to buy this in order to get the Pokemon. Like then it becomes a
No, I mean,
paying for the Pokemon. At least the way they're doing it currently, where it's like, all right, Starbucks are all Pokestops or gyms. They have a higher chance of spawning special Pokemon at these locations. I don't have to go to the Starbucks. I don't have to order anything from them.
yeah, and that's
What
the thing
if it
too.
was-
You wouldn't
Like
you
if it
still
was
catch those
something like,
Pokemon
okay,
normally.
if I go get the Happy Meal
Yeah.
and I scan the code, here's a couple lures, here's some lucky eggs, here's some Pokeballs, here's some
Yeah.
items to use,
Like a
or even
booster
just like
pack
here's
of materials.
here's 200
That would be
gold
pretty cool.
or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like some items to use in game would be fine. I'd be okay with that. But if it's I'm paying to get a Pokemon,
Pay to win.
unless it's like, well, then it
Go to the
becomes are you
drive-thru
paying
15
for
times.
are you paying for a specific Pokemon?
No,
No,
I
so-
think if it
so
was
I
like
was saying,
randomly
yeah.
generated, like you just get a code and it's going to guarantee you a Pokemon, not specifically any kind, but
Or-
just
Yeah,
a Pokemon.
and then I have a bigger problem with it being that way.
Or even a class of Pokemon.
Because then it's like, oh, good, I'm really glad I got this Rattata while this other kid just caught a Snorlax or a Charizard.
No,
or
but
a
I'm saying like
Kangaskhan.
if you can catch a normal Pokemon anywhere, right? Say it's a Rattata, for example.
Yeah.
But I mean, those are fucking everywhere.
Yeah,
But
right.
if you go into McDonald's and you scan the QR code or you bring up your Pokemon Go, it gives you a Rattata by chance, but that Rattata is gonna be higher powered than other Rattatas you find in the wild.
Yeah, I'd still be mad because I don't give a shit about Rattatas.
Well, and the other
It's
thing,
an
like
garbage
once you
Pokemon.
scan that one code, is that like a one-use code?
It would have to be.
I was about to say because then you see people like just stockpiling,
Right,
like
and then
trading on,
selling
and then
them on
like
eBay.
yeah,
Although that would
exactly.
be kind of a cool thing to get.
You're like, actually, that'd be really
The
cool.
well, if it was
Happy Meal trading.
if it wasn't like a single-use code, then you get people interacting with each other, kind of like they were in the originally came out, and people are talking to each other. Hey, there's a Snorlax over here. Oh, hey, there's a Chansey over there. Thanks, I'm gonna go catch this Kadabra that I just passed.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, if they did it that way, you would have to prevent people from just farming out their Pokemon like that.
Yeah.
To like get candy or whatever, but
I do think if they did a code and you got like if you got Pokeballs and things like that, that would be
Yeah,
super cool.
that I think-
like
I
I
would
think
be
that would be a
totally
great
fine
way
with
of endorsing the game, getting you to go out and play more,
Yep.
while also getting you to go to one of the affiliates. Because honestly, if you were already like, hell, I'm not cooking tonight, and it's like, well, if I go here, I get the bonus if I get things for my game. If I
Right.
go there, they think that's a genius idea.
I was already going out to eat. Might as well get some
Exactly.
free Pokemon Go items.
It would definitely, I mean, at least for me as a gamer, that would definitely sway where I go. It's like, well, if I can benefit extra, and I was already going to do this anyways, why not?
You got a Vileplume for tipping extra at Buca de Beppo. But anyway,
Awesome.
so
20% tip gets you a move.
Oh,
it's
dang.
under the receipt. Alright, so besides our black market trading at Buca de Beppo Pokemon cards, but the last thing we're going to talk about is actually the hype of the show.
Hype.
Now, since Julene, you are our special guest for the show, we want to let you go ahead and choose what you want to talk about.
Oh.
You have a few options.
You get to choose, huh? It's a good thing this podcast is all about choice. Well done. Well done.
Thank you.
Well done.
So, your options are, not a whole lot of options, but you get two. Would you rather talk about Nintendo Switch details and specifics about the launching and expectations?
That's very soon.
Or would you rather talk about what makes a game or a special edition special?
Actually, I'm going to go with this special edition because I haven't done enough homework on the Nintendo Switch.
It's fine.
But honestly, I actually have one of my
I
housemates.
was going to bring special edition stuff with me today.
I was actually going to Austin because
Dang.
that's the interesting is I have a housemate that I feel like every single game that comes out, they always get a special edition for, and I tend to be more reserved with that kind of stuff. I'm like, if it's something I absolutely love, then sure, I'll pay, $30, $40, almost double, depending on what it is for it. But it needs... in my house. It is in my house. Yes, it is. And I'm really upset because my phone does not fit in it. So...
sucks to have an Android. No, it doesn't.
No, I'm very happy.
That's a whole other can of worms.
Yeah,
for an
that's
entirely different podcast.
That was on the episode. You can avoid that comment.
Okay.
Put it in the backlog. Anyway. So, tell us more about this. So, I mean, everyone has their different codes now. You can do pre-order bonuses. Pre-order bonuses at Walmart, or separate from Target, or separate from GameStop, or separate from Amazon. And then Amazon exclusive only special edition at Target, and blah, blah, blah. Same on. Do you feel like these are games that we're going to get the core value no matter what? And then they add on these packs. Some of them are additional content in game. Some of them are just colors. Some of them are more content that's actually additional to the story. Some of them are, and the list goes on and on. Art books, you name it, statues. What do you feel like is the actual line, the border from what makes a special edition actually special, and what do you think is the border from having too many special editions? Like, do you think there should be a limit, only one special edition and the basic? Or do you think there should be the 3 sets? Here's the base. Here's the one with the season pass. Here's the one with extra stuff in the season pass. Should they
like the deluxe version,
exactly.
The special edition, the extra special edition, the platinum edition.
Feel free to conversate about what you guys think and your opinions about these.
I don't mind the 3-tier system where there's the base game, then there's a special edition, and there's Ultra. I believe Diablo 3 actually did that, and the premium one had an actual Diablo figurine. It was a beautifully detailed figurine, but it's hey, I want to support the game and get a cool t-shirt and stuff, but I don't have the money, for, the figurine that comes with it. It's cool to have an option to know I can still get something special. So I don't mind a system like that. For me, I think one of my biggest problems that I have with a special edition, especially now that we're seeing more things come with downloadable content, is if you're going to give me something, say this is special edition, you're getting it because you got the special edition, and then you're going to roll it out in a DLC or something. And to me, that kind of if it's going to be special edition, I want this to be, you bought this, you get this, no one else gets it. Yeah. Honestly, because I went and I spent the extra money for it.
Right.
Agreed. The other thing that I think makes it special is when it's not unlimited copies. A good example would be when Halo 3 came out on the 360, and they had the Master Chief helmet, and it was oh, that thing is awesome. Went out, I pre-ordered it right away because I was Halo 1 was cool, Halo 2 was great, I'll play this on 360. That was a whole different bag of worms for what went wrong with that situation. But I was let's get this helmet. This helmet looks pretty badass. I don't care that I can't wear it, whatever. I'm a grown-up, I can deal with that. And then it's all right, well, we're going to keep taking pre-orders for it. Okay, well, that's kind of weird. Oh, there's hundreds of thousands of copies of this. Okay, well, what the hell is special about it then? Then it's just I'm throwing extra money at the developer. So I think if it's trying to really be a limited special edition, it needs to be something that it has a lower production number.
It literally has a limited run.
Yeah. So it's you have to pre-order this in order to actually receive a copy of it. Fallout did with their Pip-Boys.
Yep.
Destiny did with their Ghost editions. There was another one that I was thinking of that I can't remember right now. But there's examples of where you had to be on the ball. You had to be paying attention. Oh, when I was trying to get Borderlands 2's loot box edition, which came in one of the boxes, and I was I need this. And then had to cancel that pre-order. But it was for good reasons, though. But the fact that you can't just walk into a store and be oh yeah, I'm gonna go pick this up 2 months down the road, 4 months down the road. Oh, I'm gonna go pick this up because it's on clearance now at Walmart or whatever. Having it be something special that's unique to the game, that, and like you said, has something that's unique for the players who invest in. They put the extra money out that you can't get later on down the road as free DLC or even as part of a season pass or anything. I think those would be the 2 heavy hitters. And then it's nice when it comes with something that's physical too, besides just the in-game items, which I feel are kind of a cop-out for special editions nowadays.
So I want to clarify that real fast. So you're thinking, if you're speaking to the developers directly themselves, do you think that they should have... Let's get some drinks.
Let's get some games. That'd be awesome.
So, you want to have the base game, right?
Yes.
And then you want to have...
Well, yeah, you have to have the base game. There's only one company doing that, pulling that crap.
Are you liking the fact that they're kind of getting in this kind of phase where they're doing the base game, they're doing the special edition, which has the season pass, and then they're doing the collector's edition, which has the base game, season pass, and some like nice...
The collectibles,
something
stuff,
else.
I think that's totally fine.
Yeah.
I don't see any problem with that model because it's not like it's excluding people. It's giving people who want to spend a little more if they're very invested in it, like the Division, where we picked up the higher tier version of it because it came with the season pass, and like, okay, yeah, let's definitely go with that. And we get a couple extra items because we pay a little more. That's great. Other people can get those items too down the road. It's not that big of a deal for what it was. But then, if I want to spend even more money, I get this watch, I get this bag, I get this booklet.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm okay with them offering a few different versions of special editions. But when it comes to, like, the heavy-hitting special editions, the, like, $150 range, that's when I get a little more...
So what do you feel is the proper price point then for like them including? You want something good. You want to make sure it's good quality. You want to make sure it's a limited amount that is exclusive to you guys. But I mean, what's the proper balance for pricing for that then?
I think it depends on what you're getting. So, like for example, look at when Skyrim did their collector's edition, and it came with a fucking dragon,
a gigantic
dragon.
Yeah,
and it's like that's $100.
Dragon.
The game itself was going to be like $50-$60 anyways. And something as elaborate, and because I ended up actually getting that as a gift for a friend.
Nice.
So it's like something that elaborate and detailed. Hell yeah, I'll spend, if you just look at the value of what you wouldn't have spent on the game, $40-$50, I could definitely see something like that being worth that amount of money. Okay. So I think as long as, like, in my opinion, I'm a Fallout fanatic. So being able to get a Pip-Boy that I could get, even if I just got a phone that runs off Wi-Fi, I can get a crappy, phone and pop it in there. But even just to be able to, like, have that on me, I thought that was super cool. To me, that's definitely worth it. So I think part of it is everything. It's always going to be subjective. Like, is this game really worth that much to you? But I think as long as what they're giving you, if you're going to be up into like up to $100, as long as what you're getting is detailed and, in my opinion, is limited run, that adds extra value to it, I think it's worth it.
Right. Now, do you think that there should be a cap or a limit to like how much they should have for a dollar price point?
It depends
on
what they're selling.
I don't think a limit. I think that there should be like a minimum amount of content that you're getting.
Yeah.
But I mean, they can throw as much crap in there as they want, but it should have at least some sort of value of you're getting this, and this in game. You're getting this, and this outside the game. You're getting this, and this as a bonus for ordering the game early or whatever.
Okay, so now it comes up to the question that you're kind of bringing up here is that what if they have like the special editions where you get the base game for one version, the basic version, and then they have the collector's edition, and there's an edition between with this season pass, but the collector's edition has a statue and it has an art book and it has all the cool stuff, but doesn't include the season pass. How do you feel about that?
I think it would depend on what they're. It would depend on what
the
they're
quality
selling.
Of the items that come with it. Yeah.
Yeah. If they no offense, I appreciate all the work that's put into the games that I enjoy, but honestly, if they were like collector's edition, $100, doesn't come with the season pass, and you get a fancy art book, I'm going to be completely honest. The art book I will probably look at a few times, but it's not something that I have displayed like the statues or figures and things that I get.
I love artwork.
That's
one of the things that gets me for pre-orders is art books for games.
I enjoy them, but I know that for me, I like displaying a lot more of my things, so it might go up on a bookshelf. But like the Skyrim, we have it is like a shrine to games of special editions. So it has the Pip-Boy, the lunchbox, it has the Skyrim dragon, like
lunchbox?
every.
That's pretty cool.
Oh,
I was going to ask if you had the lunchbox, and I kind of assumed you would.
Yeah,
I wasn't sure.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
So like it has everything in there, and then even New Vegas, I have the coins, the Vegas coins, and the playing cards, things like that. So for me personally, it's more tangible, like items that I can display. Yeah. So again, like I said, there's always going to be a percentage of what's subjective. If you're really into art books, and that might be totally worth it to you. But for myself, it would need to be a bit more.
Okay, now let me ask this question, since we've answered all those other questions. When it comes to special editions and all the extra content you get there, like you won't get anywhere else but this edition. What are some things you'd like to stop seeing in these special boxes? Me for one, I'm tired of seeing fucking buttons and pins and patches. I'm like, you can get that shit out of here. I don't care about it anymore. Like, I'll make my own. I don't care. I'll go purchase it at some store that does, Hobby Lobby or something like that.
Yeah, I'd want it to be something that felt special and something that like I couldn't just go to Hot Topic or Target and go pick up off the shelf.
Yeah.
Or just something that felt a little more unique, and definitely needs to be kind of specific to the game and kind of not just, oh, here's T-shirt for the game with the logo. That's great.
That you can find at any
I was about to say,
Yeah.
because even if it's not out right then, in like a year they're going to develop something almost exactly like it that's going to be sold in a loot crate.
Someone's going to buy it, take
like
that picture of that, and then mass market and sell
exactly,
it.
Exactly. So I think that's actually the uniqueness of it, is pretty much I can do... I'm not huge on the pens or patches either. Like, it's like, oh, that's cool, I guess. But it's...
You played $150 for the Skyrim Special Edition. Here's a pack of 5 pencils that have dragons on them.
Oh my gosh.
Fuck you guys.
It's a Trapper Keeper.
Oh my god. Yeah, that'd be a no.
Here's your Uncharted 4 fanny pack for all your hidden maps that you want to take with you.
I don't know. I kind of feel like I would buy that purely just to say, well, I have an Uncharted 4 fanny pack.
That would be the only appropriate fanny pack to ever wear in public.
And then you take out Yu-Gi-Oh cards out of the fanny
Oh, dang. Wow, that went so nerdy. That went a little too far. Now it's not cool again, man. But okay, one of the things that I didn't really care for the most part, was like when people were throwing in like messenger bags or backpack type things.
That's one thing.
A couple exceptions were like Infamous's bag was pretty cool.
That was probably one of my favorite special editions I've
Right.
ever gotten, because it came with the statue, the game bonus content in the game that's only for that edition, as well as the actual backpack that he was wearing in the game.
Yeah.
With, of course, some patches, but I didn't really like those patches. That was
But you put the patches on the backpack.
No, he didn't.
I put them in the zipper and forgot about them.
I was going to say, I think we randomly found him on a shelf when we were moving.
I mean, that was probably one of my favorite special editions I've received, because, I mean, one, how much I love that game, but they made you feel connected to the character themselves.
Yeah.
He's wearing that in the game. I can actually, if I ever wanted to cosplay, I have it literally from the company who made it and designed it. I felt special about that. If you're giving me something that has nothing to do with the game, but it's related to it in some way, sure, I get that, but, I mean, I like being more involved with my characters if I can be, because it just brings that experience more.
And it was nice that you had the backpack, but you also...
That's not a fire, don't worry.
We're fine. But it was the backpack, but
No,
it
it's
also
not warm
still
yet,
had...
we still got time.
It still had the statue, but it also came with some of the other stuff too. So it wasn't like, here's a backpack. All right, that's cool, I guess. Yeah, I can't find this infamous messenger bag anywhere, but it's still, it's still a messenger bag. Like, Mirror's Edge came out with a special edition that had a messenger bag in it, and I was like, all right, I get it. She wears a messenger bag, that's fine. But
And they were trying to find some way to tie it in.
I'm a lot more interested in like the statues, or like you said, the stuff I can put on my shelf and kind
Yeah,
of show
that's-
me stuff.
And that's
it's a pretty good statue.
nice. No, that is.
Yeah, he held
that's
it
really
really
nice. It has a lot of detail.
Mm.
Well, especially like that they didn't just give you like a standard blank platform.
Yeah,
Like they actually did.
It's a pose.
Exactly. It's posed. The platform has detail on it. It's not just like, oh, here's a character on a black base.
Well,
Yeah.
even the paint on his face, like you can see his scars, you can see like skin
Yeah.
prints and stuff like that. It's
Yeah, I like his tattoos are really well done.
And that's why I love all the stuff that
I like
comes
this
out.
dust. It's vintage.
It makes it worth more.
Dust from 2 houses ago, probably.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
That's why I like the stuff that comes out for
That's really
Fallout
cool.
from Bethesda.
Yeah.
Like my lunchbox is literally the coolest thing ever, and now it's carried out through all the different Fallout games that have come out. It was in 3, it's in 4. Now it's one of the main things that you get when you play like Fallout Shelter. So it's repeated, it's relevant. I really like it, and it's a cool vintage looking thing. And like the Pip-Boy, I mean, if you're a Fallout fan, Fallout fangirl, that's like your dream is to actually own one of those.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's how I feel about my Destiny Ghost Edition, that I have my ghost sitting up on the shelf. It came with an art book that's like a leather-bound looking book that looks all ancient, and it's got a whole bunch of writing and stuff, which was cool to thumb through for a while. When I got the expansion for Destiny that came with a special edition, went and got that because it came with a strange coin from the game, which was super cool. It's sitting on the shelf right next to my ghost. It came with another similar style leather-bound book that sits right next to my first one. So yeah, stuff that kind of brings me into the lore of the game and makes me feel like this is real more so than just what I put into the game.
Exactly.
Is what makes it worth it to me.
Brings that fantasy world into more of the reality world for you and connects you. That's what I look for as well. So anything else you guys want to like say? If there's some feedback you want to give developers, if there's any questions you'd like to give developers, or even talk to our fans, what you'd recommend if they are looking at special editions, what to consider. Anything else you want to say on the topic?
Well, if you're going to have a top tier, I think your top tier should always include a season pass, personally.
Yeah.
Like, even if it means adding on an extra $10, $15 or whatever, still it's going to be cheaper than buying the season pass separately. And if I'm already showing you that I'm willing to shell out $100+ for something, I kind of feel like you owe me that solid there. Like, you're like, you know what, you're investing a decent amount. We can make sure that that's included. I think that would be great to see that.
Yeah, agreed.
Well, I'd like to see more for the special editions is not so much with, there's a lot of stuff I still want to have in that big bundle, that big box, whatever you want to present it in. I want to make sure I can have a statue or whatever, something really cool. But I like to also represent the fact that I've been a special person who purchased that. I want to show that I spent my money, I went above and beyond. I'm still playing this game, supporting it. Something that they give you like maybe a year into release or 6 months into release, saying for all the people who purchased this special bundle, at 6 months you get this as well. Or like at a year you get this, or at 3 months you get this. To where it's, you get the season pass, but if you also get the season pass with that special edition, you also get this. Something that's where it's a bigger support to them.
I feel like that would be really cool, but I wouldn't tie it to special editions necessarily. I would say if you bought our game day one and we're playing, you're gonna get extra bonuses throughout the year.
If this is based
if you're
on
within the first week or two, then you get extra updates and that kind of stuff. Because tying it specifically to a limited edition or a special edition would kind of put people off a little bit.
I would say ties it to the money, and so it ties who can afford this bit. If you're a fan and you're buying and you're there, midnight release, back in the day when I used to do more of that, you're there midnight release for it, or you pre-order it and you make sure to get it.
Releases. Thank you, East Coast. That's the best thing that's happened.
But you're there doing that, like, you want to celebrate everyone, the fans that are that dedicated to it, and so I think, I think if you were to do it to, the fans that got the special edition, that kind of sucks for the people who would have probably liked to, but just couldn't.
Right.
Okay.
But I like that idea, though. I think that's an interesting idea to do.
Well, guys, that's going to go ahead and wrap up the show for us this time. We're going to go ahead and come up to the last part of our last segment. This is going to be a little game that we're going to play before Julene hits the road and we hit the road with the show. This is a game called Metagame. If you guys didn't see it on the counter, it's right there. You guys are each going to get 4 cards. And what's going to happen is that on those cards, there's going to be 5 content cards.
I was like,
we're getting 4 cards, but there's 5 of them.
So there's 5 content cards. You can go ahead and look at them now, rearrange them however you want. Those are going to have different games on them. And you can choose whatever game you want to use. And now I'm also going to put down... You get...
All right.
You each...
hello.
You each get 2 of these.
One fell off the table, and I don't know where it went. I see it.
We'll find it.
I got it. Hold up. We're good.
Now... What's going to happen is that since Julene is our faithful patron subscriber and a special guest for today's show, you also get these as well. These are yours.
Thank you.
Okay.
You're going to put down one of your games. Actually, you're going to put down one question, which is the last 2 cards I gave you. Okay? And Matt's going to put down a content first, which is a game, answering that question. And then you are going to be able to choose what game you want to put down first. You get to go first. Next time, he's going to get to choose what question is out of his hand, and also you have to put down your game first. Now, the whole point is that...
Question.
Let me finish. Now, the whole thing is that out of the games that you put down and the questions on the table, you have a 2-minute argument to make about why that game answers that question. And then he's going to rebuttal with his game answering that same question. And then I'm going to be the judge saying who had a better argument.
Oh, no.
Yes, question. Dwight Schrute.
Question. Are we treating these answers seriously, or are we playing around with them and having fun with this? Because this can go 2 completely separate ways.
You do what you feel you need to do.
So you do you. Got it. Okay.
If you want to have fun with it and joke around, remember, you're just trying to convince that it's answering that question better.
Okay, so I get to pick the question, and then I put down...
Yeah, so put down your question.
Okay.
Whichever one you want to have be answered. Yeah. And the question is, which is more realistic?
Which is more
All right,
realistic
Matt, so now you go ahead and put
for
down
the metagame?
Yeah. So go ahead and come on. We were on a time.
Oh, right. Sorry.
So now go
I'm
ahead.
always the one who's like, we should stay under 2 hours. That would be nice.
All right. So now, Matt, you're gonna go ahead and put down your answer and game.
Yeah.
Your game answer.
Bam. Metagame.
No, you can put it face up.
No.
Nope.
You put it face up.
No.
All right, Julene, go ahead and put your game
She has
down.
to play her game first, and then we can flip them at the same time.
I forgot you read the instructions.
Oh, I didn't read the instructions.
Exactly.
I'm just
exactly.
saying, that doesn't make sense to show my hand and be like, oh, here's the game I'm picking, and then she can
yes,
react
but the
to
next
my game.
turn, then you get to do the opposite to her. So that's why.
Yeah, but if we just both...
All right, so
Anyways,
Okay.
just put them down.
anyways,
So Julene chose Duck Hunt is more realistic, and Matt chose Super Mario Kart. All right. So now, Julene, I'll let you choose who goes first for the negotiations. Now, remember this: the person who goes first gets a 1-minute rebuttal at the end.
Matt can go first.
Ooh, so I get the rebuttal?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
You get 2 minutes. You ready?
Yes.
Actually, well, because time said we'll do 1 minute.
All right.
Tell me when to go.
Go. So I would say that Super Mario Kart has to be considered very realistic because, one, it's all about driving safely and quickly, trying to navigate around obstacles, much like in real life driving when there's a bunch of assholes driving around you. Now, they're not literally throwing turtle shells and banana peels at you, but they might as well be for how terribly some of these people drive, especially, sorry to all the old folks who drive around here because we live close to Sun City. Well, I do. And it's terrible. And you might as well be driving around with like a bloober ink all over your screen, not being able to see anything. And I like to think that in some way this game, growing up playing Super Mario Kart, helped me learn how to drive. And I just feel like it's something that every kid should kind of play through. It has good physics as far as, steering around. It's got good track sizes. You get the feeling of acceleration. And yeah, driving is fun because of Super Mario Kart.
Okay.
I kind of lost the steam there about like 2/3 of the way through. I lost all my arguments.
Now, your answer about why Duck Hunt is more realistic of a game. And ready?
Sure.
Go ahead.
So I think Duck Hunt is more realistic of a game because since the dawn, since man roamed the earth, we have been killing in order to survive. We have been hunting, and I'm sure at one point we have been hunting ducks. So I think that this is a very realistic game. It also shows the companionship kind of companionship that we have with our canine friends that help us while trying to shoot. And we probably sucked really bad at it initially, and I sucked really bad when I tried to play this game. So I feel like a personal connection. I feel like it's really realistic. So I think
overcoming obstacles.
Exactly, it's overcoming obstacles. It's bonding with your dog. It is killing for both sport and to curb your hunger. So I feel that that is what makes it more realistic.
All right, Matt, you get a 1-minute rebuttal. For time's sake, it's going to be a 30-second rebuttal.
Yeah.
Ready?
Hang on. My rebuttal is refuting why Duck Hunt is a terrible choice for this.
Yeah.
Why it's not realistic.
It's going
not
against
realistic.
why Mario Kart is better than Duck Hunt now. It's your opinion against her opinion now.
Okay.
What she said.
Got it. All right. So I would have to disagree almost wholeheartedly, emphatically, that Duck Hunt is a terrible realistic game. Having gone duck hunting before once, it is nothing like the game. You don't just sit and wait in the field while the ducks all fly around. They're nowhere to be found. And then all of a sudden they are there, and then your gun malfunctions and won't shoot, so you get screwed out of a shot there, which was the only time you had a chance to actually hit a duck the entire afternoon
And that's
of
time.
crawling through the weeds. I didn't even get to talk about the dog laughing at you and being an asshole.
You chose your time not wisely.
Yes.
All right.
30 seconds. What can I say?
So
I count 2 seconds that I could have had on that clock.
I stopped at
1.04 seconds.
I
And
stopped
the dog
it.
sucks.
All right. I should have not been the judge.
Yes,
for this.
Judge.
All right. Julian, do you want a 30-second rebuttal too to make this fair?
I can't follow up with
All
that.
right. I'm going to have to go Super Mario Kart.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah, no.
So we're going to go and put this to
fine.
the side.
Yeah.
Now, since Julene, you lost that round, you get the choice if you want a new set of cards or not.
Yeah.
You can exchange 3 content cards.
Content cards, like the game cards,
Yes, and 1 since you don't need questions anymore.
and 1 question. What?
Matt, you can change 1 question because you haven't used yours yet.
Okay.
Oh, can I? Do I get a new question?
No, because he's gonna put down his question.
That's true. Okay.
All right.
Oh, none of this.
Can I get
was any
1
better
game
for me.
and 1 question? Thank you. Oh, that was a terrible game.
Julene, do you
Right?
I'll give you 1 more redraw. I'm gonna do 1.
Interesting. Aw.
You can do all of them if you want.
Dang, I wish I hadn't traded that card in now.
2 more.
Can I get one of my cards back that I threw out?
Nope.
Dang.
I can give you
I
another
can
1
kind of
more if
worded
you
this a
want.
bit more. Oh no, because
Give me
number
1 game.
6 is different than number 3. Damn it.
Oh, damn.
Jeez, a
What a
lot of
garbage
damage
game.
and shit over here.
This game sucks.
All right, now
Whose idea
Matt.
was this?
Now Matt, you're gonna put down your question that you want to have asked. Asked.
Put down the
Asked.
question that you would like to ask.
Thank you.
That's very well spoken, too.
Don't take my fucking job. This is not your show.
Welcome
Julene
to
the
this
Hype.
episode of Julene the Hype. We're on the same
Moogle
page
the
there. We're going with
The question is, which demands more of its players, as displayed by the Moogle?
now it comes down to a question of which of these 2 games demands more of the players, because I feel personally connected to one of them more than the other.
Oh, right.
Ready?
The metagame demands more of its players because it's very subjective.
All right, flip over your cards on 3. 1, 2, 3. All right,
Pokemon.
which game demands more of its players? Julene chose Pokemon, and Matt chose World of Warcraft, which we have no idea what that's about.
That was completely random that
Some
that card came
online
up. Not
thing,
gonna lie.
right?
I was like,
So, Julene, you're gonna go first.
I'm not gonna win against this.
Come on, you got this. Believe
God.
in
you can
yourself.
win with Pokemon.
You can go the distance. Like
I could
Hercules.
beat World of Warcraft with Pokemon.
Can I add the word "go" onto the end of that, and then I feel like I'd have
I
an
will,
argument?
I will allow it.
I was gonna say it just says Pokemon. It is a Pokemon
That's true.
game.
The world universe of Pokemon doesn't matter which game.
Oh,
it is,
okay. Well,
Sure.
in that case.
Ready?
Yes.
Even
As
though
long as I don't have to argue
Even though it
about
has
the
a
World of
release date
Warcraft
on it.
movie, it's fine.
We're just gonna do
And
that.
go.
Okay, so I believe that Pokemon demands more of its players because over the course of time, so when we first started with Pokemon, we had to go and collect the Pokemon, then we had to go ahead and go through the process of evolving them. Now, as the game has evolved, we not only are catching the Pokemon, evolving the Pokemon, but now we're having to farm multiples just to be able to evolve one. We have to do a ton of walking just to get one to come in, just to be born. We have to literally walk miles for this. And this is in real life. This isn't something we can do virtually anymore. I literally have to get up and do something to play this game. So I kind of feel like anything that requires physical manual labor is demanding a lot more of me than any other game out there.
Fuck this
Got 10
game.
seconds,
Yes. So while I appreciate it's trying to keep me in good health, I do believe that this demands a lot of me, and does mean that if I am, what if I can't walk during the day? What if I have a leg injury? It literally prevents me from being the very best, like no one ever was.
Wow.
Wow.
I know I said that you could say Pokemon Go is yours, but damn, I was not expecting that compelling of an argument.
Damn. You have your work cut out for you, sir.
I must say that was really well done.
All right, so now Matt's rebuttal about why
Oh,
World of
man.
Warcraft is best, or demands more of its
Demands
players.
more of the players.
I don't
Ready?
know.
And go.
You gotta say that a game that's been out for as long as World of Warcraft has, there is so much lore, so much content to dig through, so much time you have to invest in order to be good at this game, and even more time to invest to stay good at the game. There are 11 classes, 12 classes at this point in time. There's a half dozen, there's 8 or 9 races that you can choose from, and sorry for the misquoting numbers, but I'm pulling those out of my head from what I remember.
Only one matters, Paladin.
Yeah, that's right. This is true. The only thing that matters, Blood Elf Paladins. They're the best. But I think it demands more of its players. It demands a dedication to the game, to your teammates. It demands a certain level of maturity as far as how you interact with other people. setting aside time to play regularly with people, making sure that you're keeping your own skills up so that you aren't being the person who drags down the team, that you're not the reason why the raid failed. You're not Leroy Jenkins pulling an entire room and killing everybody. And goodbye, camera.
Time.
Oh, they'll never see the end of this argument.
They're still recording audio, so don't worry, we'll get that. All right. Now, Julene, you get a 30-second rebuttal about why World of Warcraft is not better than Pokemon for being more demanding of its players.
Yeah, 1 minute is really hard.
Wait.
Needs two
so
minutes.
I'm talking about how
tough.
that doesn't demand as much of his players?
You're rebutting what his statements were. Yeah.
You're saying why everything I said was wrong.
Yeah.
Okay.
30 seconds. Ready?
Yes.
Go.
So it's absolutely true that World of Warcraft does demand a lot of your time. It has also gotten much easier over the years. You don't have to sit on... You can set up things for auction easier, so you're not having to sit and camp that. You need less players to go and do raids than what you used to. They've made it so you can find groups, even if you're a solo player. So, I mean, really, when you think about it, whereas Pokemon, it really is all you having to travel to different locations, having to dedicate your time to evolving these creatures. World of Warcraft kind of makes it so you can do anything.
I feel like when you're saying Pokemon, you should be saying specifically Pokemon
Go. That's true. I should be saying Pokemon Go.
Because that does make a difference in what game you're trying to promote.
So for Pokemon Go, I'm sorry.
I'm not... I'm actually going to go with Julene on this one. Those were some really good arguments and points that she made with Pokemon.
It was well done.
I'm not going to lie. I wasn't expecting to get that, though, because, like, having played World of Warcraft, that is demanding.
Way more demanding.
Yeah.
Now, you guys are tied. I really didn't plan for this, except I did. Go ahead.
I didn't plan for this. Oh, here we go.
You are allowed to exchange one card from your hand. Actually, give me both of your question cards.
We each have one question card.
Yep, so that's both.
Okay, got it.
You get one content card for your question cards. Now,
I hate
you
this
get
game.
one exchange, and the maximum you can exchange is 2 cards. You don't want to exchange 2? You can't do it more than once.
I don't want to exchange 2. I like all the other games I have except for that one.
Okay.
Ha!
Now.
Awesome.
You literally pushed it away and never gave me one to replace it. Oh, well, that didn't help me. That didn't help me at all.
All the handicapped.
Oh.
Camera's not on.
Oh, that's right. Camera's not on. They can't see me squirt my water bottle.
Now, here's the thing. Here's the twist. I am going to put down the question from my choosing for you guys.
Are you looking at the questions, or are you just you're looking at the questions?
I'm looking at them.
All I had to do was look over my shoulder. Okay. Oh, that was fast.
Here's the question.
Question. Bears.
Put your card down. What card do you?
I don't know what the question is.
Oh,
that's the whole thing.
Bullshit.
Oh,
no, we don't play that game. I don't. These cards are completely different from what I need to argue here.
That's the whole point of the argument. The question is, which has made more players cry? You're like, All right, Matt seems pretty confident in his choice.
Man,
Keep taking it until you're ready.
I feel like that
just have the whole deck.
Now, the other twist, this is the lightning round. You guys only get 30 seconds for your first argument.
You just got to get here in 30 seconds.
All right. Go ahead and flip your cards over.
1, 2, 3.
Julene has said
Can I just concede?
Wow. Alright, so the games have been chosen for which ones make more players cry. Julene has chosen Diablo, and Matt has chosen the Oregon Trail. You have died from dysentery.
Let's say dead.
Now, rock, paper, scissors to see who goes first.
Wait, hang on, time out. Are we rock, paper, scissors, shoot?
Yes.
Or are you rock, paper, scissors?
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Okay, I'm just making sure you're doing it the appropriate way.
Okay.
There's some people who do it wrong, and I didn't want to get busted for that. Okay, ready?
1, 2,
1, 2, 3, go.
Julene wins. So, Julene, do you want to go first, or do you want him to go first? You get a rebuttal if you go first.
No, he can go first. At this point, I'm doing it for my own entertainment.
Right. Now, Matt, ready?
Ready.
Go.
All right, so this game is all about taking your family this poor little guy living on the East Coast. You're trying to go out and set up a new life for your family. What happens along the way? Your family starves. They get killed. They perish in terrible accidents. They can get killed by Native Americans. Or other bad guys can come and kill your family. Like, there is literally no scenario where your entire family makes it to Oregon, let alone you making it to Oregon. And everyone just dies every single time.
Time. All right. Julene, are you ready? Remember, the question is, which one has made more players cry? And go.
So, Diablo has made a lot of people cry. If for nothing more than you go through especially once you get to the end, you go through the entire game, you finally have some what you feel is decent armor, and you go to kill him, and he destroys you, and then you don't got your shit anymore. And then you have to go through the whole process of trying to get it back. So at the very least, you're constantly just sad and depressed because you're having to rebuild your character over and over again just in order to complete the game. So while you don't have the constant strain, you get the feeling of you're so close, but you're going to fail.
That's pretty good point.
Well argued.
All right. You both get 30 more seconds for rebuttal. Ready, Matt?
I don't think I have 30
I don't
more.
think,
yeah,
Okay.
I don't think I have 30 seconds of rebuttal.
Yeah.
I could talk more about Oregon Trail, but
All right.
I think lightning round needs to just be judged without rebuttal.
Yeah.
I think the winner is going to have to be the Oregon Trail.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
How about giving it to you, Julene, for your special guest? But too bad.
Oh, dang.
No special treatment here.
At least we know it was all fair.
That's true.
You chose the hype of the show, so you got your shit over with.
What were your other cards? Just because I'm curious about what else you had.
Katamari Damacy, Sid Meier's Pirates, and Worms.
I had Castlevania Symphony of the Night and StarCraft as my two starting cards that I had with World of Warcraft. And Angry Birds was one card that I swapped out at one point.
Well, guys, that's going to go ahead and wrap up our show. Thanks for playing. I hope congratulations on your win, Matt.
Thank you.
Thank you, Julene, for joining us. It was a lot of fun having you over here. And a lot of good topics I wouldn't have been able to point on about, World of Warcraft. But anyway,
I would not have been able to win this game had you not been here. So I want to thank you for being on the show.
Thank you
and
for
come back
having me.
anytime because that was fun.
Yeah, it was tons of fun. Thanks for having me.
And if you guys also want to join in for more episodes down the road, definitely hit us up on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch. We're going to do live streams. For all talking about our unboxings and special editions, we're going to be doing an unboxing of the special edition of Horizon Zero Dawn when it comes out in 2 weeks. So that'll
and then
be
I
nice.
get to keep that statue, right?
Nope. And then if you guys also want to support us on Patreon, so we can actually give you some exclusivities, some more better things for the show.
More better.
It was just the way you said it.
Exclusivities.
Something. It was weird.
Where do they go to find us on Patreon, Julene?
At TarynTheHype. Although I do like TarynTheHype. Taryn/the-hype.
No. So patreon.com/TarynTheHype.
TarynTheHype.
There it is.
That's why I said the
That's
slash.
where the slash comes in.
And you guys, look for us, comment on us, read our stuff, listen to our videos.
You should. I suggest it.
Watch our audios.
Do the things.
And join us in next time for our Let's Plays and our more podcasts, which are more better than this one.
They're all more better than the last one.
More better.
Thanks for choosing to review, guys. It's been Taryn the Hype. Have a great night. No camera.
I know. I still got to do it, though.